Happy Friday to you. This is your host, Steve V of Tags Podcast, wanting to share with you a quick interview I did last night with the executive director of Folsom Street Events, Angel Adeyoha, talking about this Sunday's virtual Folsom Street Fair. You guys all know the iconic Folsom Street Fair, I should say. Well, as we all know, because of what's going on, that they decided not to cancel and do a virtual event that everybody participate in around the globe. We talk about how he got Margaret Cho on board and how they're going to continue a lot of the sexiness that you would normally see if you had attended the festival, how they're going to bring it to you live with DJs like Dan DeLeon, who's been on this show. So here's my interview with Angel of Folsom Street Events, and I hope to see you there this Sunday virtually. Hello, is this Angel?
This is Angel with Folsom Street Events.
Hi, how are you? Welcome to my live podcast, Sex with Stevie.
Hi, Stevie. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I want to get into it because, Angel, I have your name here on our Facebook Live. Angel is the interim executive director currently for Folsom Street Fair, and I know you're a very busy man. I won't take up too much of your time, but what was your biggest challenge this year? Because I'm from San Francisco. I've been a vendor at the Folsom Street Fair. It's so much about being there live and in person. What was the decision to go virtual and not cancel it? And what was your biggest challenges of going virtual?
Oh gosh, how much time do you have? I mean, I think probably the biggest challenge was reconceiving it, like deciding what we could offer, and realizing that we could not recreate a street fair on the internet. For one, as you say, it's a very tactile experience. You're in person, everybody's close to each other. There are smells and sights and sounds that are only at Folsom. But one of the things that is unchanged, even in shelter in place, even in the pandemic, is that we have a really strong community. We have a community of folks that really care about each other, all sexy stuff aside.
Just jumping in here, your host Steve V. Last night we had a little technical difficulty and had to change a channel on the interview. We're picking up on the interview on this next bit when I ask Angel about how he secured the amazing Margaret Cho. Here's his answer.
I mean, I would like to have some fancy story, but the truth is I asked her. And she is actually a long-term member of this community. She is, she's San Francisco native. She grew up in San Francisco. She used to work at Stormy Leather back in the day. She's always been deeply involved in the leather and kink community, and I thought I would take a chance and ask if she was interested. And because, where everything is different this year and everyone's at home and everything's odd, she said yes. So we're very lucky to have her. And we have two other amazing hosts and a ridiculous lineup of entertainment. A lot of it is on the website now. So if you go to folsomstreetevents.org, you can see the lineup of DJs and bands and amazing performers.
Yeah, I noticed because you also have, because one of the big things, I was a vendor there for my leather line before, and one of the things I understand is you're keeping that leather vendor going on. Tell us a little bit how we can participate in that.
Yeah, so there's a page on the event site that has 3 different vendor halls, we're calling them markets, that are basically virtual space. You can walk around inside the space and look at people's wares, and then go visit their stores. And you can also just click down a list, but I think what's really fun is that we've done this kind of almost virtual reality space where you can literally walk around with your mouse and look at all the things that folks have hanging on the walls of their booths, and you can play videos, and you can look at pictures, and you can reach out directly to people. So to me, it feels pretty cool and futuristic.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. But it's also a lovely way to keep all the things that we have done for this event are about keeping the community involved. We have 13 different community partners doing what we're calling scenes for us, which are basically all day long activities, including classes and workshops and demos and panels and dance parties and a puppy romp. And pretty much anything that you could imagine happening at Folsom Street Fair will be represented in those community spaces. So you'll actually also get to talk to other people and see other people.
I love it. And one of the things that I love so much is music. And I know you got DJs like DJ Dan De Leon, Tony Moran spinning. How will that is it just like gonna, if we tune in the morning, is it just gonna go, talk a little bit about that?
No, the DJs are going to run from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay.
So you can turn on the DJ stream in the background while you get your leather on, or you can tune in later. You can come and go. There's also a Zoom dance room attached, so you can come shake your ass with us. And that'll run concurrent. So folks who are more interested in DJing and dancing and hang out in that space together, then those folks will have that space, and then the mainstream will also have live musical acts, and will also spots where you check in on the DJs.
I love it. I love it. And then what time will Margaret go on?
Her hosting begins, I think, at noon. As not the showrunner, I can't promise you on that, but I can tell you this: that on Friday the full schedule will be out. So tomorrow evening sometime, when you go visit the site and hit refresh, you'll be able to see the entire schedule so you can plan your day, and make sure you don't miss anything that you're really excited about seeing.
You know, there's a film out there called Folsom Forever that really does a really good job. It's like my homework assignment for everybody to watch. It's one of my favorite films, which
I hate
Go ahead.
To interrupt, but we're screening it for the first hour and 11 minutes of our programming.
You are.
It's like I paid you to say this. Yeah, we purchased the rights. We purchased the rights to a screening, also, which supports the filmmaker's the husband, because the filmmaker has died.
Mike Skiff, yes.
Yeah, and so it's keeping one of our biggest goals this year was to make sure that we could just pay as many artists as possible, because it's really, everybody's hard hit here. So that was one of the things we thought would be great to kind of give people that immersion and that history and that feeling, was to screen the film. So at 10:45 tomorrow on our stream, Folsom Forever will screen. After Folsom Forever streams, we go right into our programming with our local hosts, Alana Butte and Lance Holman, and then don't hold me to this, but I believe at noon is when Margaret hits the host rotation, and then it'll be all of the hosts, having a good time riffing and bantering about the content and just hanging out all day long.
Well, Angel, I want to thank you for calling in, because I think what you're doing is good. Instead of canceling it like the Thanksgiving Day Parade here in New York, you've opted to keep this iconic festival for so many of us in the BDSM community and just at large. I think in a lot of ways it's kind of cool, because it's going to be a worldwide festival and you're going to get a lot of new people. Do you not agree?
Yeah. No, absolutely. One of the things that is really cool about this is that it's a real big leveler, our accessibility is amazing. You can come from anywhere on the planet, and all you need is an internet connection. We're also going to be ASL interpreted the whole time. We have the ability to be accessible to all kinds of folks just is kind of unlimited when you're doing something virtual. So one of our plans is, when we are able to go back to in-person, to incorporate a virtual event going forward, so that people can visit from wherever they are.
Angel, thank you so much. I'll definitely be tuning in, and people can go to Folsom. Tell us the website.
Yep, folsomstreetfair.org. That's the event site. Or you can go to folsomstreetevents.org for general info.
Thank you so much, and we'll be tuning in.
Thank you. What a pleasure.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for tuning into this short podcast on this Friday afternoon. I hope that you do check out the Folsom Street Fair, the virtual event this Sunday. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And just like Angel said, check the website because you can get the lineup and plan your day on what you want to check out throughout Sunday at this iconic Folsom Street Fair. Be a part of it. I'll be there. Follow us on social media on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's at Tags Podcast, as well as our YouTube channel. And in the meantime, keep it sexy, and I'll talk to you soon.